Thank you, Virgo. Thank you, Virgo. This one is not bad. All right. The Ace of Wands being the overall. This is an opportunity to get passion started between you and this person. And it looks great. With the sun, though, coming in on their side, I do feel like they want to breathe life back into this relationship, but there are some things that you're going to have to move on from. And that may have to do with the Queen of Pentacles. They may have like literally left you in a position where you've had to figure things out on your own or take care of yourself. But they are showing a little bit of reserve here before they start really heavily getting into what they want, with Temperance being there and then moving into the Nine of Cups. But you with the Hermit, I think what's happening here is that when it comes to wanting to have this relationship with them, there are a lot of things that you're going to be going back on, things that may have happened in the relationship, but it's not like a judgment type of thing. It's more of, let me retreat for a minute and kind of look at this. You know, is this what I really want to do here? And like I said, I feel like it has to do with the things that you feel like you needed to move on from, because the Six of Swords is never an easy thing. You know, you can very simply say, you've moved on to a better situation. But when you're looking at somebody who's wanting to bring life back to a relationship, it's not an easy thing to leave, you know, the difficulty behind, especially if the difficulty was really bad. Can you move on from it? Because you're showing that you're in a place where I'm okay on my own. Now, I don't think that they're holding themselves back. I just think that they're trying to show that they're coming from a place where they're better in balance, where they may not have been before, if that makes sense. But you need to consider this with the Hermit, like I said, but very clearly their hopes, their wants, their desires have to do with creating this new beginning with you. And they're the ones that are trying to make this happen here. The King of Cups coming out here. Now, I don't think that this is you. I think that this is the way that you're seeing the person that you're dealing with. Male, female, another water sign, doesn't matter. But what they're trying to show is, like I said, they're in better control of their own emotions and their desires on top of that. But they're also communicating to you in a way of, I feel like, and they may be, you know, pulling you in an emotional way. Now, with the Six of Pentacles, though, the thing is they have to show you something. That's what I feel like. You know, with the Six of Pentacles, equal give and take, yeah. But if we're talking about them wanting to start this new beginning with you, they're going to have to show something. But with the Hierophant, yeah, I would say that, you know, they're showing that they're committed. But you have to give your part, though, too, if you want to see this turn into, you know, that kind of commitment here with the Hierophant, right? And I don't think it has to do with values, but I think that, you know, they really want to see this go to that place where, you know, we're saying that we're in a relationship, you know, the normal traditional values with a relationship, right? And you guys know how I feel about that. I've gone over that plenty of times with the Hierophant. The traditional values doesn't mean man and wife to me. It means that, you know, we're doing the things that normal couples do, living together, going out together, you know, or at least planning the future together. And then the Fool. Okay. But given everything, I feel like for you, you could if you wanted to. But the fact that you come in with you in the Hermit here before this, I think for you, you look at it as like it's too much of a risk, but that's why they're not giving up. So let's talk about this. There is clearly a really difficult conversation that's going on between the two of you where this person may not have been able to decide before if they wanted you or not. And that may be, you know, where we're talking about the Five of Swords here with this fighting going on. You know, and I think that for you, that's great and all that you're coming through this way, but I'm going to give you a piece of my mind, but it's not a Knight of Swords type of way. You want them to feel the pain that you felt before. That wasn't that easy to move on from with the Six of Swords. But it, like I said, it's because they couldn't make a decision here. And it's no wonder why this kind of feels like you with the Queen of Swords, right? But you with the High Priestess, this is not about you not trusting what your intuition is telling you, but you're kind of like observing this person and taking that information in after giving them a piece of your mind. Like, let me see how they handle this, you know? But they look at you as the Queen of Swords like you're hurt, and rightfully so. And that's why you're communicating this. It's not to intentionally get into a fight with them, although that may have been a really huge argument before. Why couldn't you make a choice? Now you want to be committed, right? You need to show me something here. You need to help me understand. But I also worry a little bit with the High Priestess that you may feel like there are still some things that are being left unsaid, and you're having to read between the lines. But the fact that they're looking at you as the Queen of Swords tells me that they understand the kind of pain that they caused you, whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter. But like I said, coming out here, I don't think that for you it's that easy. You know, you may be pulled in emotionally by this person, and I don't doubt that they have feelings here. And I do feel like they're trying to come from a place of being a little bit more balanced. But the thing is, man, what has happened before may be a little bit too much for you. It's not that easy to just go, okay, here we go. Which is why we're looking at this. If you want this to start, you have to show me something, but they're not giving up here with the Seven of Wands. I also feel, though, like when it comes to any kind of conversations that you have about who couldn't decide on who or what here with the Two of Swords, it kind of feels like they get a little bit defensive, but I don't think that they're wanting to give up. You know, you could have made this choice before. That's kind of what I'm hearing from Virgo. From them, they're like, oh no, you're looking at it from a perspective of being hurt. But rightfully so, though. And I think that you've tried to move on from this, but I don't think it's that easy. It's like you can't just walk in and say that you want to revive this relationship and that you're in a better place, you know, where you're more balanced and this is what you want, and not have me go back to a place where I've had to move on from some difficult shit involving you. And that may be where the Five of Swords is coming through too, besides you purposely giving them a piece of your mind. But I would say, Virgo, that this isn't one of those situations where you need to leap on this just yet. And I think that you know that. But I also think that you know if, you know, you are taking a risk with this. Now, some of you may actually feel foolish for even entertaining this again. You know, especially if you feel like they can't give you the commitment that they want, that they're just looking at what they think is going to make them happy, you know. But they're trying to show, though, to be fair, that they're coming from a better place. So clearly this is going to be about somebody from your past. You're not comfortable with this because there is a disconnect between you and this person. And I don't think that you want to reconnect with them. And it may be an uncomfortable situation for you. Because with the Seven of Swords, we're not connecting mentally. We're not connecting physically. I almost feel like for you, there's no reason to talk to you. But they're pushing you in a place where you don't feel comfortable with the fact that they believe that there can be a new beginning when you have death there. Now, though that could mean that the relationship is changing. It's not what it was before. But the thing is for you, I think that the ending was final because of the way that you come into this, like, no. But they, I think, are wanting to have, you know, this beginning with you where they're looking at the future with the Ace of Pentacles for sure. But, you know, you may be bitter, they may be bitter, it just depends. I don't know, I feel like it's Virgo. You really have this feeling of, who the hell does this person think they are trying to come back into my life? Because the finality of it before is much stronger than the potential for a new beginning. And there, you know, with the Page of Pentacles, you're talking about a relationship that sours or bitterness. But with the Two of Pentacles, it's like they're having a hard time approaching you. And I think that they're considering their tactic with you, if that makes sense. Like, how do I do this? How do I say this? But death to me feels heavy, like what they did was something that can't be reversed. And then the King of Pentacles, you know, This person is pushy, 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 but that doesn't work. And here's what I want to say to you, Virgo. That Queen of Wands, when that came out, I was immediately feeling like there is a part of you that wants to give yourself to this person. And you know that that potential is there. But I don't think that you really want to give to it fully. And then with the Hermit, you go into this place of considering like everything that's happened with this relationship. I'm telling you. And with the Death, though, there was a finality somewhere for you where it's like it just can't. But the thing is you still consider it, though, Virgo. It's like you're pulling me back and forth. You're pulling me into this place of strong reserve. Oh, hell no, fuck you, fuck off. And then you move into this place of, well, right, there was some passion there, and maybe I can give in a little bit, but I don't think I would be comfortable with that. Maybe I need to consider this, right? It's like, damn it, Virgo, what are you doing here? But with the King of Pentacles, I feel like that's going to have to do with, the other person here. You've got, and again, male, female, you've got fire, you've got another earth sign here. Hell, you've got Scorpio sitting there too. But I kind of look at this as you're not going to force me. You are not going to force me to get over what has happened. That's something that I think that plays out in your mind quite a bit with the Hermit. Can they really give you what you need? Can they really make this a long-lasting relationship? But forcing themselves on you didn't work then. It's not going to work now. And they may reconsider their approach toward you. But the more that they push, I think the more, the bitterness starts to come up, or the more that the relationship kind of sours. So honestly, I don't know that it's going to go anywhere. But damn it, Virgo. And, the Four of Cups, we'll clarify it. But maybe we're okay with the routine in the relationship now, but I think that at some point you consider dropping this person, or they consider dropping you and not continuing this relationship. But with Judgment, we're having to clear out what has been holding up the relationship, but that may have a lot to do with what you're learning about them, what they're learning about you. But you come into this having an encounter with somebody that made you really, really happy. Really happy. But we're at this place now where it's, what am I going to do? Am I going to continue this, or am I going to drop it? But the more that you know this person, the more that you understand them, the more that I think that you're looking at it going, we can't go back to this place. And we're trying to clear these things out that make you feel like you need to drop the relationship. But like I said, with the Four of Cups, this is like falling into a routine. Sometimes it can be a bad thing, but with the Two of Cups being there, you kind of fall into this routine with the relationship, depending on how much you understand them, they understand you. But is that the routine in the relationship? Not necessarily cheating, but somebody who is continuously jealous. Now, it could, though, be another relationship, right? Because of falling into a routine or pattern. Now, that may be what you're getting to know about this person, though, too. So let me go through this here. Now, clearly, it's not going to be for everybody here, but there's a problem in the future. The Six of Cups. This could definitely talk about how in the past the relationship made you really happy, and you are kind of like stuck there, stuck with the beginning of the relationship, where it started, how it made you feel. Because I always look at her as her looking back at, either a past relationship or how it used to be. But I don't think that anybody is looking at somebody from their past. What happens in future conditions, I think it really depends on whether or not there is support for the relationship. The Hierophant speaks about spiritual support. But I kind of wonder if you're not like in this place where you're forcing yourself to stay committed to something that you've considered dropping like one too many times, right? And is that why Judgment is there? But the Four of Cups, again, we're falling into a routine here with the relationship where there is this connection, but then there's also, this routine of like, getting involved in these relationships where, you know, you either end up cheating, the other person ends up cheating, or there's issues with jealousy. But Virgo, you know, I'd like to look at getting to know each other and think that the more that you know this person, maybe the better the relationship will get. But the thing is if you have to deal with that in future conditions, then later on you're going to be forced with a choice. You know, and again, right, if you're happy in your relationship, this is not for you. But I feel like a lot of things have been revealed about this person as the relationship continues, but you don't want to fall into this pattern. You know, especially if there's still a connection between the two of you. But this could also be the other person falling into this type of pattern though too. I would look at how much, you know, this person is committed, how much support they're giving to the relationship, or if you feel like this is one of those things where it's not going to go anywhere. You know, is that something that you're needing to understand here, right? Or are we going to clear out all this shit, or are we just going to fall into this type of pattern where, you know, we're used to moving on, or we're used to dealing with cheaters, things like that. But it all starts with you knowing yourself, knowing this person,